On 2nd April 2025, Donald Trump announced new tariffs on more than 90 countries. And he did it in his usual dramatic way of speaking, saying that other countries have been cheating America for years and now it's America's turn. And just after this announcement, stock markets around the world they started crashing. Within a few days, trillions of dollars were lost and experts started warning that a global recession might be coming soon. Now, is it true? Let's understand what really happened and why the entire world is worried about Donald Trump's actions. Now, first of all, what are these tariffs? I can say it simply as a tax put on imported goods. So anything that you buy from other countries, let's say we are buying iPhone from United States, then Indian government will add some extra tax on that particular product, in this case iPhone. And this tax is called as tariff. Now many countries use this tariff for many reasons, but there are two major reasons behind it. First, to earn some amount of money, to earn some revenue. And second is to protect the local industries. See, if foreign goods or foreign products they become more expensive in our country due to these tariffs or taxes, people in the country will prefer buying the local products which are made by local businessmen. So, if tariffs are used in a wise manner, they can actually help our country grow. You can see when South Africa, they used these tariffs to protect their farmers, but they did it until they became strong enough to compete at the global level. But now see, if you use these tariffs in a random manner without any planning, this can create big problems for that country. Not just for that country, rather I can say this can create havoc for the entire world. And that's what exactly happening right now. What Donald Trump did, he suddenly imposed high tariffs on many countries. If you look at China, they put 34% tax on China. And what China did? China responded with the same action on American goods. Then what Trump did? He said, if China doesn't back down, then we are going to put more tax, 50% more. And China replied in the same manner. So this tit for tat continued, and this is what we call as trade war. Two countries are fighting by putting tariffs. And this trade war continued, kept on going. But see, the cost of this fight is not going to be small. It is going to affect millions of businesses around the world. Entire global economy is going to affect by this. Now, let's understand what this trade deficit is all about, because Trump has been saying this many a times that he's trying to fix the trade deficit of America. So, see, trade deficit happens when a country imports more and exports less. Let's say United States of America is buying products or goods of 2 billion US dollars from China, but they are selling only $1 billion worth of goods to China. So that means import is 2 billion, export is 1 billion. So here we have 1 billion US dollar trade deficit for America. Now here Trump believes that this is very bad for America and he wants to reduce this gap. So what he decided, that he's going to make these imported goods more expensive by adding this tariff or this tax. And here's the problem. Trump is using a very odd kind of formula. What he did, he started calculating how much trade deficit USA has with any of these countries. Then he took that trade deficit number, he divided that number with the total imports from that country and applied half of that percentage as a new tariff. Now, this is a basic mathematical mistake, we can say, and surprisingly, no one in his team is actually correcting him. And worse, Trump even imposed tariffs on some uninhabited islands near Antarctica, places where only penguins are living. So clearly, there was no proper thinking, proper strategy, no plan behind these decisions as such. But see, now when United States increases tariffs, other countries suffer, but they don't stay silent as such. they are also adding tariffs on American products in return, which we see in this case of China. China targeted the corn and cars. Canada added taxes on poultry and ACs. Europe went after steel and meat. And here you see the twist. These are the industries where Trump has the most voters. So these other countries were targeting Trump actually politically. And who suffers the most in all of this? Common man. Prices go up, things become expensive, and small businesses, they can't plan anything. In fact, even popular YouTubers, they have said that their chocolate business is affected because cocoa beans used to make chocolate are imported and now tariffs are making them costlier. So it's cheaper for him to make chocolates outside United States than in United States. So this is not the first time something like this has happened. Actually, if you go back to the history in the 1930s, USA also raised tariffs at that time, and that led to Great Depression for this world, the biggest economic crisis the world has also seen and even Americans have ever seen. And global trade fell by somewhere around 66% at that time. World economy was completely stuck for many years because of that depression. So you should learn from history. History is full of such lessons showing that sudden large scale tariffs can do more harm than good for America or for any country. After World War II, if you see, America has helped create this institution called World Trade Organization. And this institution works to reduce these tariffs. It promotes fair trade between all the countries. But now, what Trump is doing, his actions are completely going against that very idea behind WTO. Other world leaders, if you observe them, they are also worried. If you see the Prime Minister of Singapore, he said that if this continues, trade war could turn into real war, just the way it happened in the past. So, you see, on the April 9th, Trump did something unexpected again. He paused tariffs for 90 days for most of the countries, except for China. And tariffs on China were increased even more. So you see some scenario wherein conflicts are increasing, especially between America and China. Now, this flip flop in policy, wherein there is a pause for 90 days, this is very interesting. And now there is focus on one country. Some people say Trump might be manipulating the stock market. Right before removing the tariff, he actually tweeted that this is a great time to buy. And then the markets jumped. So it looked like he knew what would happen. And this raised a big question. Was this already planned? Now, the another question, was this legal? Is anyone going to investigate? We don't know. So, in the end, what do we understand? Simply, tariffs are not bad by themselves, but using them carelessly without consulting experts or other countries, this can create huge problems. It can lead to higher prices, job loss, even global economic slowdown, or even a big crisis like Great Depression. And you see, today's world is deeply connected. One country's mistake can affect the entire planet. And that's why Trump's tariff war is not just about trade, it's about the stability of the global economy and the risk of a new recession. Let me know your thoughts in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Thank you.